Your Negroid features, man. Right, this is it says here, woolly-haired Swedish warrior of the Viking age. Negroid, mate. Look at his woolly hair. Yeah, same as the sky deity. Woolly-headed Negroids, mate. You know what I mean? Swedish warriors, man. It says there. Where did it say that? Let's see a bit more. Let's go back. So, you know, we was all over the gaff, mate. Let's go back into this. Right, and it says there, when the British Isles were invaded by the Vikings, some of the Norse raiders were Negroid. We know that they were Negroid, not some of them. In fact, different varieties of Vikings, Africans lived in Scandinavia during the Middle Ages and are frequently mentioned in Viking sagas. We've read some, Eric the Red, Thorhall, you know, Torsten, they're all there, you know what I mean? There were black Huns. The dictionary describes the Huns as a fierce, barbaric race of Asiatic Normans. Asiatic nomads, who, led by Attila, ravaged Europe in the 4th and 5th centuries AD. The Gothic writer Jordanes described their infamous leader Attila the Hun as having a flat nose and swarthy complexion. Swarthy. Let's look up that word swarthy. A swarthy complexion. Let's see what it says about that. Swarthy. Right. Ah, swarthy. Yeah? Let's bring it read it again. See there. Attila the Hun. The Gothic writer Johannes described the infamous leader Attila the Hun as having a flat nose and swarthy complexion. And swarthy. Let's read swarthy. This is Collins Dictionary. Yeah, Collins Dictionary. Yeah, and it says here swarthy, black, brown, dark skin, dusky, tawny. Yeah, so say no more. Black, brown, because it's really nobody is black, but you know, brown, dark skin, dusky, tawny. Okay, so that's telling you that my boy Attila the Hun was a dark-skinned man, and what they got him today? They got him like Genghis Khan, some half-bred kind of Mongol. Right, it says here, he describes the types of the Huns he had seen as of dark complexion, almost black, broad-shouldered, flat nose, and small eyes. And it says here, the African Moors dominated southwest Europe during the Middle Ages for 700 years, 711 to 1492 AD. African Moors, Israelite Moors ruling southwest Europe's European countries. Darkened whites in this area, I don't know what that means, especially Portugal, which was the first example of a Negrato. They put African, but it ain't no African. Negroes. When they were selling so-called black people from Africa, it didn't say Africans for sale. It said Negroes. Okay, Negrato. Yeah. So scrub that African bullshit. We ain't no fucking Hamites, man. Those doo-doo slinging, smelly fuckers. Will eat fucking doo-doo burgers, man. We've nothing to do with them, man. It says there, Negrato. Republic in Europe. It says Moors ruling Scotland in the 10th century mixed with whites until the black skin colour disappeared. It says in 1744, 1818, Charlotte Sophia, wife of King George XI. And that's right, because it says here that that mixed with whites until the black skin disappeared. And that's how those fucking Queen and all them got in there. They mixed with the true nobility, man. The Stuarts and all them, you know what I mean? And you look up that word Stuart, it means Schwavi, what we just read. Stuart comes out the word Schwavi, what means black or dark skin. You know what I mean? And it says here, Charlotte Sophia, wife of King George III of England. Now let's have a look and see what Charlotte. This is a book by J.A. Rogers, right? J.A. Rogers. This is a Negro who done his homework. Let's get a picture of that Negro. What went out? J.A. Rogers, yeah? Negro. Right, and then it says that I'm talking about Charlotte Sophia. Here's a picture of Charlotte Sophia. And you know what it said about that? They mix their blood with ours until they become Edomites, until Edomites pushed out the Negroes. Right, that's Charlotte Sophia, yeah? And it says here on the instep of the book, yeah? Charlotte Sophia. I don't know if you can see it. Let me try and get it a bit closer. Charlotte Sophia, yeah? It says on the front jacket, Charlotte Sophia, 1744 to 1818, Queen of England. Okay, this is the grandmother of Queen Victoria, man. Come on, man. Queen Victoria, and then, you know them, they show you all them what they call them period dramas, and they got Queen Victoria up as some cracker bitch. You know what I mean? These guys are just fucking liars, man. That's all they do. They're good at lying, man. Their tongue is very good at lying. Right, let's finish with that. Let's see if there's any more meat on this bone. And it says here, the Black Celts and Black Vikings, vexed with the Scandinavian people. A prominent Viking of the 11th century was Torvald. We talk about that big Negro. He was a big, strong Negro, who was aboard the ship that carried the early Vikings to the shores of North America. Thorvald was a huntsman in the summer, and in winter the steward of Eric the Red. He was a large man and strong black, and he was a bad black. What do I mean by that? He was a bad black and like a giant, silent and foul-mouthed in his speech, and always egged on Eric to the worst. He was a bad Christian. See, he was a Christian. See, the Christians, what's that scripture? They were first called, you see, they called him a Christian. Let's see, I'm sure that's Acts. Let's find that. Acts. Is that 13 and 11? Acts. 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 13 and 1, isn't it? Yeah. Right, it says there, Acts 13 and 1, and it says, now there were in the church. This is King James version, yeah? Ain't that New Age version, you know? It says there, this is Acts 13 and 1. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Niger. Okay, it was called nigger or black, and Lucius and Cyrene, and Manian, which had been brought up with Herod the Tetrarch and Saul. Yes, so it says here they were first. Now they were in a church that was in Antioch, certain prophets and teachers as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Niger. Okay, so that's what he said there. Yeah, he called him a Christian. Eric Thorhall called him a Christian. Yeah, that's what it says here. And always egged on Eric. That's Eric the Black. Yeah, or Eric the Red. Sorry, Eric the Red. It says he was a bad Christian. Okay, another Viking more notable than Thorhall was Earl Thorfinn, a most distinguished of all the earls in the islands. Thorfinn ruled over 9 earldoms in Scotland and Ireland, and died at the age of 75. His widow married the King of Scotland. Thorfinn was described as one of the largest men in point of stature, and ugly, sharp-featured, and somewhat tawny. That means dark. Yeah, because you read that. And the most marital-looking man. He had been related. It has been related that he was the foremost of all his men. The black blood type is common even in Nordic Europe, where intermixing had been happening since antiquity. See, that intermixing, there's no such thing as intermixing. You're who your father is. Let's prove that in the scripture. Let's go to Numbers 1 and 18. Right, this is Numbers 1 and 18. And it reads, and they assembled, this is Numbers 1 and 18, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers. So, pedigree. Let's look up that word pedigree. Let's see what that says. It's always good to look up words, man. You know what I mean? So you can get the true understanding. Alright. Pedigree. Bang on. Ancestry. Breed. Descent. Family. Genealogy. Heritage. Lineage. Line. Race. Stock. Right, so it says they compare their pedigree, their stock, their lineage. Yeah. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 24 years old and upward, by their polls. So you declare your lineage by your father. Yeah. Your mother's just the earth, man. Your father carries the rasa. Yeah. The sperma. You know. Okay, right. That's enough of that. Let's go into something else, man. Right. As you see, this white man's a liar, man. He don't tell you the truth, man. It's impossible for him to tell you the truth. He won't tell you that you ruled Europe. He won't tell you that you're the great people. You know what I mean? He'll lie and say that he's that great person when he's a faggot and a lesbian, man. He's a faggot and his woman's a lesbian, man. You know what I mean? Well, they're gonna have to pay for their lies. Yeah? So let's go into a bit of You're gonna have to pay for this, man. You have to pay for this. This man here, Cesare Borgia's, yeah? You have to pay for this lie. I got a book here. This man. Cesare Borgia's, yeah? Same man. Take off the hat, same man. This is a book, Cesare Borgia's, yeah? And it says here on the back here, most people consider Cesare Borgia one of history's villains. So they put a villain up as a Howard Shine, man. As a you know, as a lord. They put a villain up as a lord, man. You know what I mean? And it says here, there are foul rumors that fly around the man's history. Despicable tales of despicable acts. There is little he has not been accused of, in fact. Raphael Sabatini, as another Italian, famed novelist, author of such deservedly renowned classics as Scaramouche and Captain Blood, and as an historical novelist, a careful student of history, he had a very different idea of who Caesar Borgia was. Sabatini may be right. Borgia may have been one of history's great men, consigned to villainy because his enemies wrote the stories. Bullshit. Cesare Borgia slept with his own sister Lucretia, man. He was a homo. He was a renowned homosexual, man. His boyfriend Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo, they probably had to fight who was going to blow his rod, fighting over, you know, both of them fighting. Who I'm going to blow his rod first? This man was notorious homo, child molester, killed his brother-in-law, and had sex with his own sister. This man was a devil, and they put him up as the new Jesus Christ. I ain't got that book. It's a book by Sarah Bradford. It tells you that Caesar was satisfied with them painting him up as a Jesus, the new Jesus. But what was her name? I can't remember her name. Sarah Bradford. That book tells you that some woman, another Italian woman, said, "Let's put Caesar on the cross." Yeah, that's why, you know, that our Negro women and our people wear that cross with Caesar on it. You know what I mean? This faggot. Yeah, they wear that cross with this faggot on it. This child molester. So you're wearing that around your neck, you're bringing a curse to yourself, man. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's go into some more. Let's go into some more info. I got the Mormon's Bible here. Yeah, and it says in this Bible, yeah. I haven't got my Bible dictionary, man. One of the Akim, man, Camp's got it, man. I'm gonna have to get that back, man, so I can do some I'll get some information out of that book. Right, you know about the Bible. It says that right, let's read it anyway, because this bit what they added, Nephi and all that, to the Mormon Bible, man's going off. Right, and it says here, says here, the Holy Bible, the Book of the Mormon, Doctrine and Covenants, pearl of great price. Yeah, and it says this is page 23, and it says first Nephi. What the fuck's a Nephi? I never read that before in the Bible. Nephi, it says this is 12. This is Nephi 12 and 23. And it came to pass that I beheld, after they had dwindled in unbelief, they became a dark and lonesome. They became a dark and lonesome and a filthy people, full of idleness and in all manner of abominations. So they're saying that their people become dark skinned. Yeah? Dark skinned, and they're saying that they were filthy people, man. So this has been added to the Bible. Let's go back to the Bible, man. It says about who adds. Let's get Revelations, man. Revelations 22 and 22 and 18. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book, if any man shall add unto these things, God shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, God shall take away his part out of the book of life, and out of the holy city, and from the things which are written in this book. So Esau, a fucking white man, I forgot, was it young Tom, what's his name? Something Russell? What come up with the Mormon? Yeah? He added to the Bible. So that's why the Esau, he tells you that they're the only people. See, I ain't got that Bible dictionary, man. It says that he's the only people that has not been promised any mercy from Yahweh. Okay? Because he took the apocrypha. Because there's no apocrypha in this, in the King James. This is just a plain King James, yeah? He took the apocrypha out of this, yeah? 1776, the Bible Destruction Group took the apocrypha out of the King James. Because if you get a original King James 1611, it's got the apocrypha in it. So it said that if anyone shall take out the book or add to the book, they shall be taken out of the book of life. That's why the so-called white man, he has to go. And the Lord made him that way anyway, because he's got to play his part